I know we've gone over some of the treatments that we can do here in clinic. There are some good and some bad things about these. Exercise is fabulous. It is such a great thing to do, especially since you're trying to run a marathon and getting healthy and getting your body moving. Love that. So exercise is a great pair for that. Exercise can cause some flare-ups because we could be asking things of the body that it's not used to, and the way the body can react is you can be a little sore. It can cause some pain during the exercise, and with certain things, a little bit of pain is okay. We actually are okay with that, but if it gets too painful, definitely want you to let me know. But overall, exercise is great for building muscle, keeping you moving, and getting the body in a balance that will help prevent injury. The other thing we talked about is taping. Taping we went over, it was great for relief and support. The bad thing about taping is that it is not like a long-term solution. So it's gonna have comfort right then, but it is not a fix all. It's not something we're gonna want to keep doing. And again, it is not gonna be a thing to help fix. It's more to support to allow us to get where we're wanting to go. We talked about going over gait. Um, Gait, especially for running, for walking, for things like that, going upstairs, it's definitely going to be beneficial for you. The thing about trying to correct gait is that it can take some time. And I know you said your race is coming up shortly, and we could see a little bit of progress till then, but long term, getting a correct gait for you is going to be very, very beneficial and help prevent further injury. And we went over footwear. It can be a little silly for some people, and they don't realize how important it is. But when you have the proper footwear, it helps with how your foot lands on the ground, and every time you take a step, you have energy coming back into your body. So making sure you have proper footwear for that energy and how that stress is being put on your body is very, very important. And I know your race is coming up, so getting you into proper shoes now so you can start wearing them, getting used to them before the race, I think is really going to help you. Some things that did kind of pop into my mind when we were talking is your alcohol consumption. And I know you said you drink about 5 to 7 drinks a week with your friends. And I know being in college, that can be normal. I just have to tell you some things that alcohol can do, just so you're aware of it. So, alcohol has different effects on the body. It can hinder muscle recovery. So, we're going and you're running and you're trying to run longer and maybe a little harder, but your body needs proper recovery from what you're asking it to do. And drinking alcohol, especially 5 to 7 drinks a week, can prevent the proper recovery that it needs for it to go back and give you it at 100% the next day. Also, it can lead to more hormone imbalances. And I know you said you haven't had your menstrual cycle for about 5 months and you know you're not pregnant. So that can definitely be something that we should look into. Also, it can have cognitive function. It can affect that, and it can have affect dehydration. So, especially when you're outside running, we want to just make sure that we're getting proper hydration back into the body. And also, there's some long-term effects that it has on the body. It does increase injury risk, and it does have some chronic conditions that can come up from alcoholism. Also, I know you talked about, again, not having your period. That can be something that we might want to see what a nutritionist has to say to that. Nutrition has a lot of effects on the body, and one thing that we see if we don't have a proper diet is, especially obviously in females, is an inconsistent menstrual cycle. Now, during our course of treatment, you're going to have some good days and you're going to have some bad days, and that's totally normal. As long as we're taking we can have 3 steps forward and then something might happen and we have to take a step back. But as long as we're taking 3 more steps forward and maybe a step back, as long as we're going up and up and we're getting you to that goal that you're wanting to, that's ultimately what we want. And yes, like I said, we may have some setbacks where some days you're not feeling great or you're in a little more pain than normal. That is normal, especially if we're introducing some exercises you're not used to, and new running shoes and things like that, and just stress that you have from going to school and just everyday life. You may have those setbacks, but as long as we keep going up, may have a few up, may have a few setbacks. As long as we keep going up and up, that's what we want.